Hey guys, this is Jeremy from the TV Box Professionals. Today we're going to do a premium custom installation on an H96 Pro Plus. So what we're going to do now, I'm actually going to take this box and plug it in and show you guys exactly what it looks like when it boots up. Then I'm going to go ahead and delete all the standard applications that come on this from the factory. I'm going to replace all those with a package of applications that we put on for our standard custom installation at the TV Box Professionals. I'm also going to install Cody 17 Krypton with the Schism anniversary build, and SPMC, the latest version of SPMC, and the Schism Atlantis build. And we'll walk you guys through that also. So this is the launcher that comes standard in an H96. As you can see, it's a little bit different from your MXQ Pro or your T95N, all those boxes. It's actually, in my opinion, a little bit nicer of a launcher, but I think ours is a little bit nicer. So what we do is we install the TV Launcher app and customize it with like custom icons for each one of the applications. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into settings. We'll go into apps. We're going to delete all these non-essential applications that just come standard from the factory. Use that one. We're going to actually get rid of Cody and reinstall it. Newest version. We're going to put Krypton on. Cody 17. Get rid of Mobdro. We're going to install the latest version. Same with Netflix. I don't even know what these do, so we'll get rid of them. I find all these applications that come standard from the factory, most people don't use them. They just sit there, and we may occasionally open them up, but they never get used. We'll reinstall Twitter. Wireless update. And we'll get rid of YouTube. Oh, don't want to do that. Let's uninstall it instead. And Facebook. So that's it. It's all gone. So this is what we do, the TV Box Professionals. With each one of our premium custom installed boxes, we delete all the downloaded apps initially. First time we boot it up, we delete it all. So we're going to go ahead and connect to the internet. One. Okay. So we're now connected to Wi-Fi. We are going to go ahead to our apps. We'll go to App Installer. I have a USB already inserted into the box, and I have all the APKs that I plan on installing. Once again, these are all the apps that we install on each one of our custom installations, each one of our boxes, before we ship them out to our customers. So we're going to put, as I mentioned, we're going to put TV Launcher. Go down. We will put 3D Gallery, Advanced Task Killer, APK Pure. If you guys aren't familiar with that, that's a great app. It basically replaces Google Play without the need to sign in. Blue Mail, that's the email application I use for all my email. It's fantastic. CCleaner, Chrome. If you're not using Chrome, you're behind the times. Clean Master, Complete Cody Setup Wizard, which I'll talk about a little bit later. It's an excellent app to get all your Cody builds, all your Cody applications. your add-ons. Very simple. Google Drive, Dropbox. We'll reinstall Facebook, Filmon, IPTV, IPVanish, Kodi 17, Facebook Messenger, Mobdro Live TV, Netflix, Set Orientation, which I highly recommend as an essential app if you plan on downloading any additional apps for your TV box, Showbox, Skype, Soundcloud, SPMC, Spotify. Once again, that's a great app. Super Backup, Super User, and the Weather Channel. Let's stay on top of our weather. Twitter, Vevo, VLC. That's it. Those are all the apps that I'm going to put onto this box. We're going to go ahead and install those. Except we had to do that twice. It happens on every box on the first load. So install. I'm just going to pause the video and come back. That's going to probably take, I don't know, about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. So we'll be back in a moment. So we're about a third away now of installing all the applications that I listed earlier. And I just want to make a note that in the description under this video, I will have each one of the applications listed. So you'll know exactly what we're going to be putting into this particular custom install. And once again, I do highly recommend all these apps. They were chosen for a reason. They're all useful. And I find the majority of my customers in general use quite a few of these particular apps. So as you can see, we're just installing the very last of the 33 applications we're going to put on this particular box. And once again, this is H96 Pro Plus, 3 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage. All these applications that we installed, I just want to make it clear, none of them are paid for. Each one of these applications is freely available either from the Google Play Store or from APK Pure, like I mentioned earlier. So you can just go down and download each one of these applications that I mentioned and install them yourself. Just need to make that clear. Alright, so now that all these are installed, I'm just going to exit out of the app installer. And what we want to do now, we're going to open up Super User and TV Launcher. We'll just skip that. This is what TV Launcher looks like. We're going to customize this. And if you look through my videos, I actually have a different video that's just specifically addresses TV Launcher and what you can do with it, how you set it up. But we'll skip to the end of this just for the purpose of this video. But this is the TV Launcher I use, and it's fantastic. So the last step for this install, we're going to go down to Super Backup. Go to Settings. Ensure that the USB that I've inserted into my TV box is actually the backup path that we're using. This is where all my AP keys are stored. So it's good. We'll go into Apps. It should list all the installed apps, as it does. There's 32 of them. But what we're interested is in the archived apps that I've stored from a previous box that I installed. So what I want to do now is go down. I'm also going to install WhatsApp, YouTube, and most importantly, what I'm really interested in here is the TV Launcher. Go ahead and click that. Install. We're going to allow Super User to to use the Super Backup app, and this is only useful if you're going to do a restore. So let's say you set up the box exactly the way you want it. You would use Super Backup application to back up all that data. So all the settings in all your apps are going to be set up the way that you want. You want to back it up after that. So that's exactly what I did. I backed up another H96 Pro after I got it exactly how I wanted it, with all the applications, with the launcher exactly how I wanted it. And now what I did is I took that backup and I put it into my H96 Pro, and now I'm restoring that. It saves literally hours of work. So we'll back up again, make sure that worked. Go OK. And we'll go into settings. Down. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to adjust in settings what we use as our home page, and we want to use TV launcher, right? So what we're going to do, once again, we'll go in here. Super Backup. Apps. Archived. We're going to scroll down to the bottom again. Install TV launcher. There we go. So this should restore all the settings from the TV launcher that I backed up. So in order to set up TV launcher, it's absolutely worth it. It takes about 45 minutes, maybe, depending on how many applications and the look that you specifically want. It's always a work in progress. You know, you can adjust it to make it look exactly how you want. But after that, I highly recommend that you do back it up, because if you don't, then you'd have to do it that exact same way every time, and it's not fun. So I'm just going to do a reset on my box now. And by the way, I'm using a mini wireless keyboard, actually the H9, which is my personal favorite. This is what we sell through the TV Box Professionals almost exclusively. It makes all this stuff so much easier. With the keypad, you can search for specific movies, TV shows if you're using it as a user. If you're doing a setup on your box, it makes things so much easier because you can type in what you want to do, right? So this is what our custom install looks like. We have multiple categories along the top. We have videos. Under videos, we have obviously Cody. We showed the install of that earlier. SPMC, Momdro, Showbox, Netflix, Plex, Vevo, VLC, YouTube, Film On, the standard video player that comes with Cody and Miracast. We also have music, Soundcloud, Spotify, Vevo, a bunch of utilities, like I mentioned, Pure APK, which is great. I highly recommend it if you don't want to have to sign into Google Play all the time. Our general Android settings, the app installer that comes standard in all boxes, Clean Master, set orientation, which I'm going to actually go into now and ensure this is enabled. What you want to do with set orientation is automatic full all the time. So basically all the APKs or applications that you download that are actually developed for a cellular phone or a small screen, it goes to a rotated view, and it's like that all the time for all your applications. So I recommend definitely installing that. TV launcher, Root Explorer, social, we have Facebook, Skype, Twitter. Under security, IPVanish, which I highly recommend. I also left a link for IPVanish underneath this video in the description. Email and Messenger, Bluemail, and Facebook Messenger. And I'm also going to add into this, we'll go to applications. We're going to put WhatsApp here also. So that's added in. Oh, back out of that. And I'm going to change that to a custom icon. make it pretty right there. As you can see, the TV launcher, you can do this for every single app. This is a fantastic add-on. Highly recommend you install the TV launcher. It has a better flow than the standard launcher. Download it, put it on, you won't regret it. So at this point, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to utilities and we're going to install our Kodi build. So we're going to go to the config wizard, which is actually complete Kodi setup wizard. I have another video that talks in detail about that. We're going to go to install builds. Because I already have Kodi Krypton, we can install Schism Anniversary Edition. This is only available for Kodi 17 Krypton. So we'll go in there, install build server 1. Just a quick blurb about this before I pause the video. Schism has some of the best builds that you can get today. They are comprehensive, user-friendly. They include all the best add-ons that you can get. They're updated on a regular basis, and I highly recommend them. I have no affiliation with the developers, but I use them almost exclusively on all my TV boxes that we sell through the TV Box Professionals, unless I have a specific request for a different build. For instance, I had a customer contact me 2 weeks ago. He wanted to buy a box with Mammoth build. Not a problem. I put that on for him. But in general, I find anyone that I install any of the Schism builds for, they're happy. So I'm just going to pause this video. It's at about 33% now. This should take another 2 minutes, and then we'll carry on. So as you can see, Schism Anniversary Edition has completed installing. So before I show you that, what we're going to go back to the very first page of Complete Kodi Setup Wizard. We're going to go up to the top right hand corner right here. It looks like the settings icon. We'll click on that. Go to SPMC. We're going to switch it over to SPMC. So what this does, it makes all the add-ons, the builds, everything that's compatible with SPMC. If you're not familiar with SPMC, SPMC is basically a fork of Kodi that has been developed more specifically geared towards Android devices. So it was the old developer that used to work with Kodi went off on his own and started developing this app called SPMC. So we changed over the settings in Complete Kodi Setup Wizard to SPMC. We're going to go back into install builds. As you know, I have installed both Kodi 17 and SPMC. So we're going to we went into Kodi builds. We're going to scroll down to the S's, because like I mentioned, I like the Schism builds. So we're going to click on Schism builds. There's also a ton of other builds if you want to try them out. Like there's literally a few hundred different builds you can try here. Each build is very unique. Each build has tons of add-ons, features, and flavors. So I encourage you, if you download the Complete Kodi Setup Wizard, to try out some of these other builds. Anyway, we're going to go into Schism builds, and as I've mentioned earlier, we're going to ignore these other ones and we're going to actually go down to the Atlantis build. And we're going to install that. It's 171 megabytes. So once again, I'm actually going to pause this. This is probably going to take a few more minutes than the last one. It's a tiny bit bigger, but I believe the server is a little bit slower. So I'll pause this and come back to you. Okay guys, as you can see, Schism Atlantis is done installing. I like having both SPMC and Kodi 17 on here just because it's a backup, right? If something's going on with Kodi 17, Schism Anniversary, you always have Schism Atlantis. So if there's something specific that you want to watch, you can always just log into the other one and you're good to go. So I'm just going to back out of these right now. And I'm going to go right ahead and open up Kodi. So this will be the initial first run. Because I use Complete Kodi Setup Wizard, They have an advertisement for it. So what's going to happen now, as you may or may not know, when you first install Kodi in any applications, or more specifically a build, you're going to have all the applications being enabled and then updated. So this generally takes, depending on your internet connection and the specs on your box, it could take 5 minutes, could take 3 minutes. In general, with this particular box, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 minutes to install and update all the applications. So I'm just going to pause the video and we'll restart it when it's done. So Cody's pretty much done installing and updating all the applications in this particular build. As you can see, I really like this. Depending on which category you're under, movies, TV shows, or whatever, it has you know, the quick action bar here with all these different movies. If you depress like a long click on any one of these, comes up with information. You can click on that as a rating, a synopsis, your cast, you can watch a trailer, all that stuff, which is, it's really good. It's way above and beyond what just your standard Kodi install would give you. You can always just install Kodi and let's say Exodus or Spectra or whatever like that. But if you really want all the options and just a much better user experience, I really recommend installing one of these builds, especially if you're new to this. You can really get the most out of your box if you use one of these builds until you get familiar with what you like, and then you can customize it yourself. Then you can install Kodi and put on whatever builds you want, whatever add-ons you want. But to start out, I recommend using one of these Schism builds. They're really excellent. So I'm just going to exit out of Kodi right now, hit the home button, and I'm going to open up SPMC and do the exact same thing. What I want to do is I want to open up Kodi SPMC and run through all these installs and updates before I give these to the customers. Because what I really go for, what we go for at the TV Box Professionals, we want the complete plug and play experience. You get your box in the mail, you plug it into your TV, you plug it into the wall, you connect to your internet through Wi-Fi, and you're on there right away. You can watch whatever you want 5 minutes after you get your box out of the mail. So this is the Schism Atlantis build. You cannot install it onto Kodi 17 Krypton, or it's not recommended anyway. It wasn't built for Kodi 17. What I like about it is it does have a weather option, so we can go up in the weather. Let's click on weather. We'll go in here. You can go into the settings in the weather, and under settings you can actually pick your location, which I think is actually fantastic. So we're in Nova Scotia, Canada. Let's do a search for that, and there you have it. Select the location. That's a province. You can be much more specific. I could have searched for a city: Toronto, Halifax, New York, Miami, what have you. It's all there. So I'm going to go OK to that, and that'll actually provide live weather updates after it updates. This build is also very comprehensive. It has all the popular movie add-ons: Exodus, Salts, Phoenix. Wide variety of sports add-ons. Pro Sports. It does have Sports Devil and such. Yeah. So I'm going to exit out of that also. So there you have it. This is a complete custom install that the TV Box Professionals does on each one of our boxes that we ship out. So this is Jeremy from the TV Box Professionals, and today I just went over exactly what we do for our custom install on all our boxes that we sell on our website that are labeled custom install. All the applications, our custom launcher, and the Kodi and SPMC builds that we recommend. So if you like this video, absolutely leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you have any comments or suggestions, I encourage you to leave them in the comments below. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.